What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mustache Menace at it again with yet another guide, and today we're going to be going over the Killer Master Guide. But before we get into it, as always, I want to thank all my current subscribers. We are very close to that 300 mark subscribers, and of course this couldn't happen without all the great comments and suggestions. You guys are what make this channel great, and for all of y'all that are new to this channel, please consider subscribing down below or on that little mustache watermark on the bottom right of your display. Here in this channel, I try to bring y'all the best guides for Call of Duty challenges amongst other clips. My other guides will be linked in the description down below, and if this video helps you in any way, shape, or form, or in the least bit entertains you, don't forget to smash that thumbs up for me. Thanks. And with that being said, y'all, let's get into it. First up, we got Bloodthirsty Killer, which is get 5 kills without dying 50 times. And we're going to be tying this strategy together with the next two challenges like Merciless Killer, which is get 10 kills without dying, and Ruthless Killer, which is get 15 kills without dying. Now, before we get into the strategy, I'm going to go over the class setup that I personally use to accomplish these challenges, and I hope that it can be of help to y'all. Now, I have already covered my setup before on previous videos, so if you're good and you don't feel the need to go over that once again, go ahead and just skip over to the strategy. So for the primary, guys, you can use whatever you like, your best class setup. Me personally, I like the AK-74U. It works wonders for me. I use it with no optic. For the muzzle, I use the GRU suppressor. It helps a little bit with the vertical, and it helps silence your muzzle, of course. So flash concealment is a must on hardcore for when people are using spy plane. For the barrel, I like to use the 10.3 Task Force, but you can also use the 10.3 Liberator. This just helps increase the damage that and effective range that, you know, the suppressor itself gives it. And of course, that increases the bullet velocity. So those are some traits that I like personally on my AK-74U. Now, for the magazine, I like using the tape mags because it increases your reload speed up to 18%. For the handle, using the GRU elastic wraps increases your aim down sight, your resistance to flinch, and I mean, if you're gonna go prone, why not, right? And to counter the aim down sight that gives you, we're gonna put the no stock option to increase the sprint to ADS. So with that being said, the secondary that I recommend, me personally again, would be the Spaz shotgun using the Warden's Word blueprint. I just remove the optic that it comes with, and for the barrel I choose the Ranger, so you have a 30% increase of effective damage range. For the body, I switched it to the very first steady aim laser to help with the hip fire accuracy. The magazine, you're going to keep it the same at the 12 round tube. That way you have an extended amount of ammo inside of the Spaz. Moving on along to the handle, you're going to keep the speed tape to increase the aim down sight time. Of course, you can choose whichever one you would like. And for the stock option, I would switch that to no stock so that it increases your sprint to aim time. Now, for your tactical, I always run stem shots. Of course, you can run whatever you like, but stem shots help you to recover in case you get shot and you're under that danger zone, because I usually do this in hardcore. Of course, this is where the mode we're going to be doing this under is hardcore. So the stem shot will help you stay alive and remove that danger zone, caution, where you're bleeding out, basically. For your lethals, you can use anything you like. I personally enjoy Semtex. There's no cook time. You just toss it. It has a great blast radius, so that's what I would recommend is a Semtex. And for your field upgrade, I would recommend either a field mic, a proximity mine, or even a gas mine. Either one of those three is going to help you on different ways. It's going to help you get notification when somebody's around you, whether by them shooting the device. The field mic will alert you, and the proximity mine either is going to get shot, as well as the gas mine is going to get shot, or they're going to go off, and that's going to notify you when you're in your zone. For your perks, the first perks that you want to utilize is Flak Jacket and Tactical. Now, you could use Paranoia, but you're going to run the risk of either getting grenaded or stunned, flashed, or even run into some gas. The Tactical Mask will prevent you from getting gassed, in case you didn't know. So that's why I will recommend Flak Jacket and Tactical Mask. For your perk number 2, I would run Tracker and Gearhead. Sorry, it says Quartermaster here, but we're going to switch it over right now to Gearhead, because you want to make sure that you get your field upgrades back. And in case you didn't use it the first time, you want to be able to double them up, so when you're zoning in a specific area, you can put 2 of them. Now, I won't recommend 2 field mics unless they're kind of close to each other, one on one end, one on the other end, so you could kind of have an indication of when somebody's showing up to your area. But this works better with your gas or your bouncing Betty. That way you have one on each end. And of course, Tracker is going to help you identify if somebody's in your area by putting down those footsteps. Now, you'll be able to see which area and which direction they go to by just looking at the indication of those footsteps. Of course, for the perk number 3, I would recommend Ghost and Ninja. Ghost keeps you out of the radar. Ninja, as you already know, it muffles your running. It muffles your steps. So that way, in case you're running up to somebody or you're looking for somebody because you found their tracks, they don't hear you coming up. So those 2 perks are very, very important. And this is just my personal class setup, guys. I hope it helps you guys out. And like I said, you don't have to run specifically this, but if you're close to it, you should be able to do pretty well. Now, for score streaks, you want to use Spy Plane, Counter Spy Plane, and Harp. Intel is what you need other than any other score streak, because the other score streaks do not add to your kill count. So it's pointless. Don't even use them. Just avoid them and try to get as much intel as you possibly can. Now, having said that, like I mentioned in my class setup, this strategy is going to be used in hardcore, specifically domination. There are 2 main strategies that I did to complete this task, and they worked pretty well for me. The first strategy that I use is holding down B, the capture point B. Not necessarily on the point, but taking advantage of those rushers that are trying to take back the point by using zoning and, I will admit, some camp ticks. Now, to prevent them from capturing B, all you have to do is make sure that you're aware of how these guys are playing. Like, are they rushing down the right flank? Are they rushing down the left flank? Are they rushing right up the middle? And then just depending on how you feel that gameplay coming through, it's gonna depend on how you strategize. Now, again, you can also utilize those field upgrades such as the field mic to post them and cover your flanks, and as well as, of course, your spy planes to determine what the locations that they're coming from. And then, of course, when they do start taking B, then you automatically know there's somebody at B. So using that specific tactic, you're able to utilize it to be able to get the upper hand on these guys and finally get the harp to where the harp tells you exactly where they're looking, exactly what they're going. Just don't get too trigger happy and get killed like I did. Like I mentioned, learning how the enemy plays is very important in helping to strategize better. A well-placed field mic can determine the outcome of a high kill count, as well as field placement for you as the defender or attacker. Having proper field placement is key in having a better outcome. Now, once you have determined a key point, the real fun begins. Make sure you are always in cover. The only time you are to expose yourself is when you're going to shoot someone. This means don't overexpose yourself too much or you're going to get picked off. Peek, and if nobody's there, check your flanks. Movement is life.
People who moved survived, and those who didn't. Movimiento es vida. Movimiento es vida.
Once you have your field mic, gas, or proximities, place it at your most vulnerable flank. This is so that you can continuously check other flanks without worrying too much about that one specific flank. Pay attention to all of your surroundings. Sound whoring is encouraged. Try not to hesitate when you peek and there are two enemies. Always, always, always go for the one looking towards you. And finally, take advantage of your score streaks. Don't just pop them off as soon as you get them. Save your spy planes if you know that there's one already up, or worse, an enemy counter spy plane. Save your counters for opportunistic moments like blocking the enemy spy plane or just before popping your heart. And lastly, remain calm when you finally pop that harp. You don't know how many times I got killed for being trigger happy when I finally got my harp out. It's like you forget all of your tactics and you just want to go full on ramble on all the little flashing lights on your mini map. Up next we have Double Killer, which has earned 50 double kill medals. And we're going to be tying this up with Triple Killer, which has earned 25 triple kill medals, and as well as Fury Killer, and which is get 4 rapid kills. Now we're going to be tying this tactic with the same tactic that I use for getting quads on Going Ham Master, which is rushing the enemy spawn, specifically in Nuketown 24/7. By rushing the spawn while getting a kill or two before reaching the backyard is how I got most of my quads, and in return you should be able to get a double kill here and there, a triple kill here and there, and for sure a Fury kill. Now, these same tactics can also promote similar results in other game modes as well as other maps, as long as you continue to rush the enemy spawns either by infiltration or with a lengthy assault using a similar class, setup, and approach, not to mention luck. You should be able to complete these challenges in no time. Well, that's gonna be it for me today, y'all. I hope that y'all found this guide useful or in the least entertaining. Again, I want to thank all my current subscribers for all y'all's continued support. And if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing to my channel where I try to bring y'all the best tips in completing Call of Duty challenges. Links to my other guides will be in the description below. And if y'all found this video useful in any way, shape, or form, don't forget to smash that thumbs up for me. Thanks. This is Mustache Menace, signing off. Peace.
I'm gonna set your place on fire. Let's get higher.